Hello and welcome to my craft room. It's Rhoda. Today we're working on Caroline's Craft Tree Challenge week 46, and I have the sneaky peek to see before we get started. It's in my winter journal I made for last year. It started January and went through March, I believe. These here are pages that came from Scrapbooking with Me. It was like a freebie kit that was made for us and given. And this is actually one of my books from the Mente book. It said Wimpole Street. You know what that is. That's My Fair Lady. Anyhow, I just made that as a big tuck. It's actually 2 doors. I cut it right here and glued another one to the bottom. So it looks like one great big extension, but it's not. Here I have a pretty snowflake. It was a die cut, and then I kind of inlaid it back into another color of a cutout. So it has some dimension to it. It's really pretty. I've got Let It Snow down here. I've got a tag that came from the kit with this. It had like a background page with stars on it. And I think I wrote on the back of this one. Yeah, I did. And it just tucks back in there. I've got lace along the edges. And here's just a little tiny easy tuck with some of the ephemera that I got from a couple of different kits. Most of this is Scrapbooking with Me, by the way. Here's where our temperature got really down, got down to 9 degrees. I know some of y'all probably have a whole lot less, but Virginia, we don't have it too low like that. So it was really, really a shock. Let me see what else I got in here. Okay, I'm going to save the rest of this for the next one. And the Caroline's Craft Tree Challenge prompts this week are bike, paper doll, sign, which I'm taking this this stamp that I had from Lorna at TaylorMade Journals. I made this vintage market, and I thought that would be a pretty sign up above here. Film strip, and I've got this. It's from one of the Tim Holtz stamp pads, the Mini Muse. And I don't really have a creative way that I'm using it. I'm going to use it as the base for them to stand on. And then glitter. And I've got glitter washi over here to put down below here. This is just going to be a simple little, trifold. There's not going to be much to it, but it'd be very easy to do and remake if you need to. Now, this paper came from Kirby Teasdale from Hobby Lobby Paper Studio, and it's that one right there, actually. So what we're going to do, I've made a mark right here, and that's where I'm actually going to cut this off and go straight across. This is a thinner paper. I'm not going to really worry about relining it, putting it on anything else. If you would rather do that, you can. I'm going to go over here and cut it right now. I'll be right back. Okay, I told you I wasn't going to strengthen this, but I'm actually going to take this piece that got cut off the top, and I'm going to put it on the inside. I don't like to have excess pieces, and I think this will strengthen and give a very pretty inside to this as well. So we're just going to do that. It may warp it a little bit. You can always set it under something until it dries. But I don't think it's going to matter since it's going to be folded up. Now this little bit right here needs to be trimmed off. And we'll do that right now. Okay. If you haven't noticed, I have a very pretty background now. I went into Walmart and said I definitely need to change my background. And I got this. It has 2 different sides. It's got a darker side with a light square. And then this side has the dark squares. Okay. So we have this. This can be inked up if you would like. You don't have to worry about it. I'm not. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. So what we want to do now is probably take and around some corners. So when it's thinner paper like this, I like to try to take and double it. And it still doesn't like to... I think my cutter's a little old. Well, I really want to thank you all for coming to visit, to see what I was doing today. I got to get back into my grungy sunflower journal and get some ink. That's what's holding me back. I don't have any ink. Maybe I need to go to Staples and get some. Sometimes when I order it, it gets here quick. Sometimes it doesn't. Alright, we're going to just do a simple fold here. And you're just going to gauge it. This is 12 inches wide, you know. So we want it to be under 4. Because we don't want it to butt into each other. So we're just going to fold it right here. I'm using this little 4 boxes to be my guide. And then we're going to put that one there. And it's... Oh, I'm losing some of the bike as well, but that's okay. It's a trifold. You open it. So there we go. Now our next step is to figure out what we want to do with our ladies. And I figure I'm going to stick them like they're standing here right beside the bike. And I'm fine with this little piece right here of her dress sticking out, because I feel like that'll be the piece that you can lift it open with. And I thought that would help. I don't like this lady behind them, so that's where the sign comes in. And the sign is just going to go like right up here, right behind them. It's like they went to this market and they found this really old bike, and she's going to get it for her daughter. I guess girls back then rode bikes. So that's how we're going to work that. Next, we need to get some stamping done here. And I'm going to just do it with brown. I don't want it to be too deep or dark. So we're just going to try this. See what happens. This is my ground espresso. I couldn't think of a creative way to really use the film strip. I did have an idea, but there was no way I could get a bike to work with it. I was thinking of doing Hollywood in the background, the sign. And then that would be the sign part of this. And then I would have a film strip, Walk of Fame, I guess you called it. Let me see how this works. I guess that's good. It's about as good as it's going to get. Let me see if I can get a little deeper or darker on this. I might add me a little bit of black there, because there is black in the background and in the girls themselves. Alright. Okay. There. Now let me see. This probably gave me a much better imprint. Oh yeah. Much better. Much better. Alright, we'll clean that off later. And now what we're going to do is just get in here and cut our little film strip out. It's just going to be what it is. It's like something to ground the 2 girls to the ground. That's the term, grounding. Oh my goodness. Okay, yes, I am feeling better. I still have a little bit of it, whatever it is. It's just fatigue mainly. I really am glad it's going away. That was some rough stuff, and I didn't even have the bad stuff. I pity you people out there that's had this COVID or whatever. Gosh, that's some rough viruses. Ugh. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to gauge where they're at. Then I'm going under here with this. But first we're going to go under there with the glitter and put that down. And I'm not sure how far I want to make it. Probably about right there. And this glitter is glittery. I can tell you, it will be everywhere. Because I have not messed with it except to pull it off. And it's sticking everywhere. Oh, okay. So I want that to be right down there at the base. Just to give it some zhuzh, and it kind of matches up with our nice vintage market up above. I was going to see if I could cheat and have that be my glitter, but I didn't feel like that had enough shine to it to be considered glitter. So I didn't want to play unfair. Okay. So our little girl is going to stand right there. I'm going to stick this underneath of their feet and match it kind of up with the glitter washi. There we go. Now behind their heads, I'm going to glue this down. I can get a little bit of air behind it. There we go. I really appreciate everyone coming and seeing what I've got going today. I've got to get into my sunflower grungy journal and start working some more on it. I hope to come up with some ideas for you guys to use in your own journals. It just takes a little bit for my mind to get back into the scheme of things, you know. Once you have something like this, it's hard to bounce back. Very hard. I know y'all love my stories. I can't even think of any stories, you know, when your mind gets to that. Oop, I don't want to put any glue way out there. Yeah, your mind gets to a point where it just needs rest. And I think mine may have gotten to that. Yeah, I don't want the glue to be on this point of her dress. There we go. All right. Now we're going to put them down right here. Standing beside the bike. And I think we're about done. I knew this was going to be a quick one. It wasn't going to take much. But I wanted to show you how you could take a pretty background and put a few things on it and fold it to where it's a very unique little item to use in your journals. Okay, oop. All right, I'm just trying to wipe up all this ink that may get every which way. Now, let's see what we got here. We have a bike, a paper doll, a sign, a film strip, and glitter. And then what I was hoping that they could be able to do is pick this up and say, oh, this opens up. And you have this you can write on, that you can write on. I may even get in here and put a little pocket maybe on this one, since that's a little darker. But you can write on all of this. Now, if you don't like the white, you can get in here and do a little light inking. And see how that tones that white down. So that's all you would have to do there. It also ages it a bit, makes it look older. You can stamp on it. You can actually do some stenciling on the white. It's all kinds of different ways you can hide this white background. All right. I think that's good. I might go over it again with a really dark edge on it because, yeah, I think it needs it to be old and to be framed like I like it. So yeah, it definitely needs that. Also, when you have any kind of a white edge like that sticking out, you can go over it with some ink. And it really makes it blend in, just like that. So, I will get in here and finish my inking on it, but there we go. A cute little simple trifold. Didn't need to measure too much. Everything just kind of landed where it landed, and it looks pretty good. I thank you. I thank you, all my subscribers and viewers, for coming by to watch, and Please give me a thumbs up if you think about it and liked what you saw. Thank you very much. Everybody have a great, great day. Goodbye.